What's up, guys? So a number of you have been asking me to talk about Oak Special Fund, and this is a new fund in Kenya that is, making some waves. They just started working, or I would say no, they just started operating in February of 2024. So I want to go through the details of Oak Special Fund. I want to give my opinion on it. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to do a comparison in a different video between Oak Special Fund, Mansa X, and any other investment that you could get into compared to this one. So someone did ask me this on the YouTube channel, so shout out to that person who told me, hey, can you check out Oak Special Fund, tell us your opinion about it? And that's how I came to even know about it, to be honest. I have spoken about different funds in Kenya. I've spoken about investing generally, and I speak about these things. I'm not affiliated to any of them, so let's get that clear. I just make sure that I give you all the information that you might need, that might be helpful to you. Yeah, you make a decision on how to invest, guys. You make a decision on how to invest and where to invest your money. That's your decision. We just guide you, right? So if you want very specialized guidance that is focused on you as an individual, you come to us for guidance. My website, www.kensmoneymatters.com. You can always go there. You can find packages. You can reach out to me if you have any specific questions. But what I do on here is basically to guide you, to tell you exactly where I think you should put your money, where I think, what I believe is good. And sometimes I also don't just tell you where I believe is good. Sometimes I'm only giving you information, right? I'm only telling you about something, clarifying something. Or like I want to do with Oak Special Fund, I still don't know much about it. I need to do more research on, they've just started in February, so there's actually no information to get out of it, to be honest. So that's the issue with these new funds. You can't know. There's no history. There's no past performance to actually, track. You can only look at the obvious stuff that I talk about when you're looking at a specific fund. It's it's difficult to kind of tell at this point, but it's a risk that you take as an investor, right? These are the risks you take as an investor. You have to agree with the risks. Kensmoneymatters, we talk about the money mindset, how to make that money, how to manage that money, how to enjoy that money, how to invest that money, and how to assure yourself of a lifetime of income, basically financial freedom. Shout out to whoever said I should talk about Oak Special Fund. I'm going to go through the details of this fund, everything you need to know, everything. Then I'm going to give my opinion of what you should do. So Oak Special Fund is a fund under FIDA Investment Bank. Now, FIDA Investment Bank is actually a very, long-term investment broker in Kenya. I don't have any issues with them, to be honest. It's a good bank, but it's a new product. I always mention that if you go into any investment firm, remember a firm is like a supermarket, and under the supermarket there are products in there, and so it's the same thing in here. FIDA Investment Bank has a new product, and that's the Oak Special Fund. So this is now under them as well. It's managed by FIDA Investment Bank. I need to mention all the facts, right? So because I have it right in front of me, and I'm going to be giving my opinion as we go. So it's leveraged asset allocation fund that is domiciled in Kenya. So you always want to know where your fund is domiciled. This is in Kenya. And this is for investments that are supposed to be done both locally and globally. So they're going to be exploring local markets as well as global markets, which is a good diversification method, a good way to allocate your investments. And that's obviously a plus for them. And so many funds do that. So there's nothing unique about it. But Mansa X does the same thing as well. Now, like I said, it's managed by the FIDA Investment Bank. It's licensed. It's FIDA Investment Bank that is regulated and licensed by Capital Markets Authority. Where we always go wrong is the product regulated by CMA, we're going to see. But FIDA Investment Bank is regulated by CMA. Remember what happened with Saiton? Saiton Investments Limited was regulated or is regulated by CMA, and some products under Saiton Investment Limited. But one of them, Saiton High Yield Solutions and Saiton Real Estate Project Notes, one note, are regulated by CMA. And that caused a bit of an issue. People assumed that because one was regulated, everything under it was regulated. So no. But we'll see about Oak. We haven't seen that yet. So FIDA is regulated. So what is the key information? This is the fact sheet I'm looking at. The fact sheet. You always have to look at the fact sheet. It gives you all the information, at least the ones they make public. The inception date of this one was February 2024. So this year, I'm doing this video in October, probably will be released somewhere early November. I don't know. But this fund started in February 2024. The base currency of this fund is Kenya shillings. Very important to know. So it is Kenya shillings denominated. The minimum investment, as per this fact sheet, is $500,000. I had someone, Rina Hicks, was saying it's 1 million minimum investment. I can see from the fact sheet it's $500,000. So maybe they changed it. I don't know. Rina Hicks is part of the board of this fund. The minimum top up is 50,000. So it means if you're going to be putting in money at any point, you have to put in at least 50,000. You can put 100, you can put 500,000, you can put whatever you want, but it has to be at least 50,000. The lock-in period is 6 months, so you cannot access your money for 6 months. The fund manager here is FIB, like I mentioned already, like twice. It's regulated by CMA. Now, I believe that this regulation is FIDA, not the fund. This is something they need to make clear, something we need to confirm. When you call them, when you reach out to them, ask them, is the product itself regulated or not? That's the question. I haven't reached out to them. So returns, that's the biggest thing, right? How much are they looking at as returns? Now, their return is a target of 20% net of fees. So they are looking at to give you in your pocket 20% return. Meaning, if you invest in this fund, then that's a target, guys. That's a target. So it started in February. They haven't had the 1 year yet. Let's see how they perform early next year by February. Let's see what they say their performance has been. So they're targeting 20%. What gets into your pocket after all the management fees, after all the taxes as well, after any fee that they're deducting. So they're targeting 20% annual return. Now, with 20%, if you put in $500,000 and you didn't add any money, you're looking at around 100,000 return on $500,000 investment. Not a bad investment at all if you think about it. $500,000 is quite low, and that's a good target. But again, the more returns, the higher the risks. The higher the returns, the higher the risks. So just be aware that it can go up as well as down. And I believe this fund is the one that can actually go. I don't think they only invest in debt securities. Obviously, with that kind of investment, we look at their portfolio in a minute. But I believe with the 20% return target, there's no way they're invested in just debt securities. They're investing in stocks as well, commodities and stuff like that, which could go down as well as up. Now, let's go to what they offer, and that's where we're going to see that. It invests in a wide range of asset classes, both globally and locally, as it ensures a diversified, balanced portfolio. So they have forex trading. So they basically participate in the foreign exchange market, trading currencies, which again is really volatile. So obviously that 20% is just a target, but they can even go to negative, guys. Be aware of that. Be aware of that. Precious metals, that's another one, right? So precious metals is like gold, silver, diamond, whatever, platinum. So that's always to help against inflation. Then they have commodities. Commodities are like agricultural products, oil, groundnuts, stuff like that, which again is supposed to offer them some level of growth. So the forex trading is supposed to help with the maximizing profit in fluctuation of foreign exchanges. Then precious metals is supposed to hedge them against economic uncertainty and inflation. Commodities is supposed to provide some level of growth. Then they have global stocks and ETFs, exchange traded funds, the ETF, and that is to help them achieve diversification within various sectors. Then, of course, they have bits of government securities for some level of security. And then they have NSE equities. NSE is Nairobi Stock Exchange, for the Kenyan market access. And then they have commercial papers. Guys, they invest in everything. It's a very well diversified portfolio, I must say. But guys, like I said, with that 20% target, is a high risk investment. We need to see what percentages they put. They haven't put that on here, but I believe it should be on the fact sheet if we have one somewhere. They should tell us what percentage is invested in what, because just maybe 1% could be in government securities and everything else in forex, or could be most things are in commodities, or most things in stocks and ETFs, which is quite volatile and quite unpredictable. That's what we're looking at with Org Fund. And then the leadership here, we're looking at Bob Karina and Rena Hicks and Ian Kahangara. This is just some of the teams, guys. I'm not like, I don't know them. I know Rena Hicks because she does YouTube and all these commentaries on investments, but I don't know her personally. So you want to look at all these things. You want to look at management. You want to look at history. You want to look at investment portfolio. You want to look at their target returns. You want to look at minimum investments. You want to look at all these factors before you invest. Look at everything before you invest. And this one doesn't give us a lot of information. So if you want to invest, reach out to them and get more information. I would want to get the fact sheet and see how the portfolio is divided, the asset allocation, and then that way I can be able to advise if this is attainable or not. Maybe I should reach out to them. Anyways, guys, that's Org Special Fund. If you were to compare it to Mansa X, I would say Mansa X already has like a good history. You can get more information, and Mansa X has a really good fact sheet online that has a lot of information. So I might do a comparison at some point with that and see where we are if we're comparing the two. But so far, that gives you all the information about Ox Special Fund. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. And if you are invested already, let me know. If you're thinking about it, let me know. If it's something you don't want to hear about, let me know why. So like the video, share the video with other people who are asking about the same questions, and let's see if they're going to perform. I'm going to track it on this channel. We're going to see their performance next year, and we're going to see if they meet their target of 20% net return. Until next time, out.